There's a horse in the water.
The deeper you are, the more dangerous.
We're gonna dive into a small cave.
That was a bit scary. What the f***? He's a baby jellyfish. Oh my god.
This is the spot for our very first free diving session. I don't think we would ever have found it without Fabrice, without our free diving coach.
So every time we hold our breath, okay, we need to prepare ourselves. Yeah, so we need to take no more than 2 minutes. And during these 2 minutes, we're going to focus on present variables that are around us. Okay, so we're going to listen to sounds. We're going to feel the temperature on our skin. We're going to send our awareness to the breath. Yeah, maybe the air going in and out of the nose or the belly going up and down. Then when we're happy with that, we're going to learn about equalization. It's a very important skill to learn in order for us to dive. Without equalization, we're not really going to get anywhere with freediving.
Let me just cheat a bit here. So equalization refers to the equalization of pressure in your ears. If you simply try to dive down deep without any equalization, already within the first few meters, it will start feeling like your ears are gonna explode. So what you need to do instead is to equalize often and regularly when you're diving deeper. And you need to equalize before you have any discomfort in your ears. Many of us are familiar with the Valsalva maneuver for equalization. So you forcefully exhale against pierced lips and you'll hear your ears pop, and that means you have equalized the pressure in your ears. But apparently the problem is that in greater depths there simply isn't enough air in your lungs for this technique to work. So this technique isn't usable in greater depths, which apparently is about 30 meters. Instead, most freedivers use what's called the Frenzel method, which I also learned. And with Frenzel, instead of using the air from your lungs, you use your throat muscles to push air into your ear canals, or whatever they're called, to equalize the pressure. But this is not a free diving tutorial. If you want to actually learn those methods, you should learn them somewhere else. Do not listen to me and go free diving. Watch some tutorials and do it. But the Frenzel can be a bit tricky to learn. Has two parts. Vent. Upper part. I've never used two-part wetsuits. So now we're going to do our first dive.
When we're on the buoy, we learn how to, we start to relax, we take our full breath, take the snorkel out, equalize on the surface, and we gently pull ourselves down very nice and slowly, and we start to learn the rhythm of equalization. When we go down, we don't want to feel any pain, any discomfort. We want to equalize before we feel anything.
Progress was a lot faster than I expected. You just need to know the skills, and then you can do stuff like this. It's amazing. I'm very eager to see how deep we can dive in 5 days' time, and what kind of places we can dive to. So I was gone for like 3 minutes. I come back to our diving site, and there's a horse. There's a horse in the water. Okay.
So we're just going to do a general body stretch, and then I'm going to be giving you some exercises to stretch the intercostal muscles so that you can be able to stretch them and take in and draw in more air. And also we're going to be doing some exercises with the balls that's going to force you to breathe into certain parts of the rib cage, which you wouldn't usually breathe into. It might feel a bit uncomfortable. If it is, we can reduce the air. Okay, arms to the side, I just want you to start breathing into it. Small depths of breath, and then start to expand more and more, okay? I mean, obviously, the more flexible you are, you're going to be more fluid in the water, and you're also going to be able to have more power in what you do, right? So if you take a look at cats, they're unbelievably flexible and they have incredible power, right? So it's the same thing for humans.
Here's today's diving spot. Depth ranges from 20 to 40 meters, so should be more than enough.
The objective of today's dives is going to be slow, staying in the present moment, keeping that nice, calm mind from when we're preparing ourselves for the final breath. And keeping that same fluidity in the body and muscles throughout the whole dive. Only use the muscles that you need to use to get down.
I did 50 meters already.
Yeah,
50 meters
crazy.
on the second day. That's crazy. We also tested neutral buoyancy, because when you dive to 10 meters, about 10 meters, you're neutrally, or you should be neutrally buoyant, which means that you're just like floating, not going up, not going down. And we tested it, and it was very cool feeling. And then if you would go a bit lower or deeper, you would just start slowly falling, and they call that the free fall. And it's apparently a very cool feeling, which I would like to experience at some point, but I'm not going deep enough for that, really. Yeah. Man! There are so many jellyfish there. Look at that. Look. Now we're gonna jump in there.
So from days 3 to 5, we're going to start incorporating finning, so using our fins to dive down. And we're also going to be doing duck diving. So duck diving again is a technique we use to dive down in the beginning of the dive, anywhere between 2 to 4 meters, depends how good you are. Yeah, you're going to gain quite a large amount of meters with little effort, and then you start to fin down.
I think most people who haven't tried freediving see it as an extreme sport. And yeah, if you're one of those few people that are trying to break world record depths or breath holds, then yeah, it is pretty extreme. But for the majority of freedivers, it is the exact opposite of extreme. It's all about calming yourself down, being in the present, and being as relaxed as possible. That was one of the things that really surprised me. I went into it thinking it's pretty extreme, but freediving sessions were more like long meditation sessions rather than an extreme sport session. It's just pretty fun, just floating here during the sunset.
Yeah. I mean, the light is amazing now.
Yeah.
And the conditions, the color of the water.
Yep. Look at that. That's crazy. This is the first night that we stayed there this late. Learned to duck dive, kind of. What's the next thing we're gonna learn? Yeah.
So number one, when we're buddying for depth, okay? If I'm buddying you, I need to be capable to buddy you, right? If I'm not capable of buddying you, you shouldn't be going for a dive. There are two types of accidents that can happen. So one of them is called loss of motor control, and the other one is a blackout, right? So loss of motor control, they are conscious, but they have no control of their body, right? So they come up and they start to shake. They also call it a samba, maybe you've read on it. Okay, and then we have the blackout, which is a complete loss of consciousness. Yeah, so you're out.
Have you ever blacked out underwater?
No, not even close.
Like, what happens when you black out? You black out on
It's just a loss of consciousness. So basically when you black out over here, the throat shuts to stop water from going in. The deeper you are, the more dangerous it is. If you train with someone a lot, you're going to notice that something is up. And usually it's an exhalation of air, and they're just unconscious. And you just need to make sure you're close to them, bring them up and start the rescue procedure. But if you take them up quickly and just start talking to them, make sure that the airways are open, telling them to breathe, put your ear near them, see if they're breathing, call out their name very gently, as gently as you can,
Yeah.
and they'll come out of it.
Yeah.
Fabrice? Good. Nice. Good job.
So after 4 days of practicing skills and techniques, we're now going to use those skills and techniques to experience something amazing. We're going to dive into a small cave somewhere in there. And it's an experience that you cannot have if you do not know how to free dive. Sure, you can do it scuba diving, but free diving adds another dimension to it. This is what I love about learning new skills and techniques. They unlock new experiences.
The water is unbelievably clear. So, just dive in first. Then me and you, I can take some nice shots of you. You're gonna need the torch to light you up because it's very low light here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go under that. And we're gonna end up on the inside over there. Like, it's dark when you're going in. You're not gonna see anything. Just stick with me. Okay?
That was a bit scary, because I didn't see any.
Oh my god, there are millions of jellyfish. Are these all baby jellyfish? What the f***? These are baby jellyfish. Yeah, over here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! There's so many little jellyfish here. Oh my god!
Seems to be like a breeding ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different kind of an experience to see this.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna dive 50 meters and then do a swim through, or whatever they call it. I didn't really think or know that you can progress so much in freediving in just 5 days. But I think it's because we had an excellent environment in Gozo, and also we had an excellent teacher. And so if you would like to learn freediving and unlock this underwater world, I highly recommend you check out Fabrice's courses here in Gozo. I'll have the link down below if you're interested. So I really think it's well worth the investment. You practice for 4 or 5 days, and then you have this whole new world to explore. Those are the kind of investments I personally like to make. I think it's money well spent.